In this video, I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why you're not fluent in English yet and how you can fix it with practical steps. And because you clicked on this video, I'm assuming you've studied English for a while now, or maybe you've studied it for a reasonable amount of time. But the problem is you are not fluent in English yet, regardless of how much effort you've put into studying. And you are probably wondering, why am I not fluent in English yet? I mean, I've studied all the grammar, I've enrolled in English courses, I've done everything my teacher told me to do, but I'm not fluent in English yet. Why am I not fluent in English yet? And maybe you're almost giving up on learning English. But before you give up, I'm here to let you know that maybe the reason you're not fluent in English yet, regardless of the effort you're putting in your study, is because you're making a few mistakes in your learning process. In fact, there are several mistakes that you might be making in your learning process, and that's why I'm going to share with you the top 5 worst mistakes that every English learner makes in their learning process that may delay them from getting fluent in English. And being an English learner myself, I have been making these mistakes, and once I stopped making these mistakes, my English got way better and I can now speak fluently in English. Once you face these top 5 worst mistakes, fluency will come to you automatically. So be attentive, because if you're not making the first mistake or the second mistake, you're probably making the third, the fourth, or the fifth mistake. Or if you are not making the third, the fourth, and fifth mistakes, you are probably making the first or the second mistakes. Without further ado, let's get to the first mistake that you are probably making that is slowing you down or is destroying your progress to getting fluent in English, and might as well with the reason why you're not fluent in English yet. The first and the worst mistake any English learner can ever make is having no plan whatsoever while studying English. So the question is, do you have a study plan for English? Yes, you're learning English. Yes, you're studying English, but do you have a study plan for learning English? If you do not have a study plan, then that might be the reason you're not fluent. And I know you're in shock and you're probably asking yourself, do I really need a study plan to get fluent in English? Yes, you do. You do need a study plan for you to get fluent in English. And let me give you a reason why having a plan when studying English is very important. Tell me what happens when you have a destination but you don't know how to get to that destination. You do not have a plan that will lead you to that destination. Will you ever get to your destination? Not really. You probably end up spiraling around in circles, going nowhere, like a ship with no direction in the middle of the sea. Having a study plan when learning English is very important and vital, because having a study plan will help you know which strategy you should use for learning depending on why you're learning English. It will also help you know which areas to study while learning English. And not to add on top, having a study plan will help you know which areas you've already covered and which areas you're yet to cover. Having a study plan will help you be more organized while studying English. You don't want to be all over the place while studying English. And if you already have an English study plan, well and good. But if you don't already have an English study plan and you're wondering why you're not fluent in English yet, you probably need a study plan. And here's how you're gonna fix it. You are gonna write an English study plan. You're gonna write an English study plan, and here's what I want you to write. Write the days and hours that you are gonna study English. And I also want you to write what you're gonna do during the study sessions. I want you to be as detailed as possible, including all the activities you're gonna do. You are also gonna write the areas you've already learned in English and the areas that you need to learn in English, and create a time and day to study these areas. That is what you are gonna do if you don't already have a study plan. So do that and see what happens. So let's say you already have a study plan and you are doing pretty well in studying English, but the problem is you may be expecting first results. It's not that you're not studying English well, it's not that you don't have a study plan, you are just expecting first results. You're expecting to get fluent in English in a blink of an eye. So let me ask you this. How long have you been studying English for? 1 week, 1 month, 2 months? Maybe you've studied it for 1 week, for 1 month, or maybe 2 months. If that's the case, then you're on the right track. You're probably just expecting first result. You're not patient enough with yourself. Listen, English is a skill and it's gonna take you a while to get fluent in English. It's just like playing piano. Do you expect to be perfect at playing piano a week into studying it? Not really. It's really gonna take time. So if you expect to be fluent in just a few weeks or just 2 months, then you're probably just not patient with yourself enough. And that's why you're not fluent in English yet. And maybe you might be wondering, why did someone so get fluent in a short period of time? Well, people get fluent in different variations. And it simply just depends on how much effort and how much intense you are in your studying. Some people may take 3 months, some people may take a year, some people maybe two, and some maybe 3 years just to get fluent in English. So it's definitely gonna vary with the amount of effort you're putting into your studies. Here's how you're gonna fix it. Just give yourself more time or enough time to study English depending on the amount of input or effort you are giving. Mistake number 3 is being inconsistent. And that may be the reason why you're not fluent in English yet. You started English maybe once a week, once a month, or maybe just twice in a month. How do you expect to get fluent in English if you're not that consistent in your studies? It doesn't make sense, right? I mean, let's be for real. If you learn an English word, let's say today, and then you learn English again the next week, are you still gonna remember what you studied the last week? I mean, let's take a test. Can you remember what you had like 3 nights ago? I don't think so. So how do you expect to recall a word in a foreign language that you learned last week? You're not gonna remember the words you learned. And if you're gonna remember the words, you're not gonna remember the meaning and how to use them, which is gonna slow you down. And that may be the reason why you are not fluent in English yet, being inconsistent. And here's how you're gonna fix it. You're gonna fix it by simply being consistent. Listen, it doesn't matter how long you studied English. What really matters is if you do it consistently on a daily basis. It's just like if you work out every single day for 15 or 20 minutes, you're gonna see progress and you're gonna get to your goal much faster compared to someone who's just working out once a week or once a month. Get the gist, right? If you can just dedicate 10 to 20 minutes every single day to studying English or just to immerse yourself in English, it's gonna do a lot compared to when you just study it once or twice a month. Be more consistent. Study English every single day, even just for 10 minutes. The fourth mistake you may be making that might be costing you your fluency is focusing too much on grammar. Focusing too much on grammar. Most learners think that if they just study enough grammar, they're gonna be fluent in English. Well, that is really not the case. I'm not saying that grammar is not important. Grammar is important, but you have to keep in mind that reading or textbook English is very much different to real or spoken English. Reading words don't give you tone. Reading words don't give you intonation. And reading words don't show you pronunciation. And guess what? Real English does. So in as much as you want to focus on grammar, most of your study should be in real English because real English is how you are going to communicate with other people, not textbook English. Also, filling your mind with too much grammar rules is gonna confuse you while learning English. It is just not gonna give you the flexibility to make mistakes and learn from them. And here's how you're gonna fix it. You're gonna give more attention to real English compared to textbook English. You are gonna listen to English podcasts. You're gonna listen to English vlogs. You're gonna watch English movies, and you are also gonna listen to English sound. Just listen to how the natives speak. It is more helpful than just reading English from a textbook. So don't focus too much on grammar. The last and the most important mistake that you are probably making that once you fix is gonna change everything. You are scared of making mistakes. And that is one big mistake. You are scared of making mistakes when speaking English. Because how will you become fluent in English if you don't speak? If you don't give yourself the opportunity to make mistakes and learn from it? Not gonna happen. You have to give yourself a chance to speak out, make mistakes, and learn from them. I mean, It's a new language. You're probably not gonna be that good at it. You're probably gonna be terrible at first when you speak it, but it's normal. In fact, it's part of the process. Learning English involves making mistakes and learning from them. And I know you're scared to make mistakes because you don't want to get embarrassed or you don't want to look dumb or stupid, but really, if you really want to get fluent in English, it doesn't really matter. So here's how you're gonna fix it. I want you to just speak English every single day. Make those mistakes. Just give yourself the chance and opportunity to make mistakes. So speak daily even if you make mistakes. Speak to yourself, speak to your friends, speak to other studying students, speak to your teacher. Just speak in English. Because how are you gonna get fluent in English if you don't speak? And trust me, once you fix these 5 mistakes, you're probably gonna get fluent in English immediately after fixing these mistakes. And thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If this video was useful, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my videos just like this one. And without further ado, let's catch up in the next video. Good luck on getting fluent in English. Bye bye.